Hello all, Onigato here for Oni in the Forge. And the anvil, such as it is ready and tested. It's actually been used. I was using this hatchet head to carve out the inset, and unfortunately the handle broke. So, plus I had done a pretty good job of rolling this steel back here, pounding on it straight from the back. It just kind of rolled out on its own. Need to trim that edge a little bit. So, well, need to put it on the grinder. So, finally got the whole thing in. Got the slab of steel. I know it's a good sized slab of steel. Did not like to get in there. Measured it 4 different times, cut it 5, and finally got it in. Stuck this into the fire. I could not get it hot enough by myself. I don't have a blower yet. The blower that I was gifted turns out to be 3-phase, 240 volt AC, and it really can't be used on my home electrical power grid because it's a true 3-phase system, not a simulated 3-phase system like you often find in your home dryer or electric range. So I don't have enough power coming into my house to be able to run this one little fan, which means I need to find myself a new blower. I'm thinking of running down to Walmart and picking up just a hair dryer or something, because they work. But it got this hot enough. Didn't get it red hot, didn't even get it white, brown hot, really. You can kind of see where the heat, because I left the back end in, and the blade end was left well out of the fire. But the back end got hot enough that it goldened all the way up to here. And yes, that means I ruined the temper. I realized this thing was free. Less than free. I think I didn't even scavenge it. I think I stole it at one point from my parents. So, But, on that same note, you see here a piece of rebar. I didn't have rebar 2 weeks ago. I didn't even have rebar a week ago. My neighbor, you can just kind of see the backside of his house right there. He has a whole bunch of steel of various makes, models, and types, including quite a few pieces of cut rebar, like that one right there. And he gave me, about 200 pounds of it. So I've got all sorts of steel of various types, thicknesses, and qualities. Some of it's really good stuff, some of it's not so good stuff. Right here's my pile of rebar. I got about 10 pounds of rebar now. Put that in there. Of various lengths and thicknesses. I've got a couple of pieces like this right here. That is one solid, that's about an inch diameter, probably about 6 or 8 inches long, and it's just solid steel. All of it's slightly rusted, except for what's lacquered or got some sort of a coating on it, but lacquer and coatings can come off. Don't know if they're showing up at all. The lighting in here is terrible, and the camera is even worse. But there are 2 running boards for a Dodge Ranger pickup truck, if anybody wants those. 2-door pickup truck, not the extended cabs. But still, I've got not axles, although I do have a steering rod. I've got another 2 wheels. That's what they are. Wheels for like go-karts or something like that. I've even got, right there, you can just kind of see it, a 5 pounds. It says 10 on the side, but for is for weights. It's half that because you have one for each end of the rod. 5 pounds of just solid. It's a weight. It's a barbell weight. So, yeah. I've got braces, I've got clamps, I've got, well no, I don't know clamps, but I've got pipes of various makes and models. I've even got, right in the very back there, kind of towards the bottom, a pair of bed frames. So, yeah. I got a lot of metal. Oh, there's another piece right here. Really bad light. Sorry. But yeah, I got all sorts of pieces and bits and bobs and everything else, and this means that I have all the steel that I need in order to be able to do projects. I've got the anvil that I need in order to be able to do projects. I've got the forge that I need to be able to do projects. I just need to have a blower to run the forge to do the projects properly. I think my first project that I want to do is I'm going to, where'd they go? Alright, where'd my pliers go? I was using my pair of lineman's pliers to aid me in pulling out the steel from the heat. I seem to have misplaced my lineman's. Just because that was my way of getting units, of getting the steel in and out of the fire. And it works. Ah, here they are. Good old lineman's pliers. Problem is, lineman's pliers are very short. And, like I said, I didn't get that metal even red hot. It was not glowing at all. So, oh, this is going to be a terrible video. So, as a result, I wasn't pounding on the steel entirely cold, but I was pounding on it a lot colder than I should have. Good news is all I was doing was just cleaning up rough edges. So, but yeah, I have an anvil, and it doesn't look entirely terrible. I also have a forge, and it doesn't look entirely terrible either. There's a little bit of heat in there, actually. Should probably do something about that. But, yeah, that's where we stand. I've got my stuff. Y'all have yourself a good one.